seconds long, but why she needed to parade out this many people in white lab coats, that's the word I was looking for, is absolutely beyond me. And then she talks about trying to, make it safe for women and make everything about women. Out of this entire group, she has a man standing at the podium to give the speech. You have women on there. Why didn't you let the women talk, Kamala? Let's see.
Hey, Kamala.
Listen, if this will play. Sometimes
you let the women talk, Kamala. Listen to this crazy nut ass dog, yeah?
Nationwide.
Yeah, you actually had Beyonce get up here and have something to say, bro.
Doctor, maybe you could go help?
I say fuck Beyonce. I say fuck Jay-Z.
Who can't go help somebody.
I say fuck Eminem.
Little interesting to me. All of them looking around like they're confused as to what's going on. I don't think they actually show the person who's having the seizure in this one. They're just standing there, confused, lost, not knowing what to do. I mean, what is the point in them? Now, they are, I looked it up and I said, do you have to have any sort of degree or idea on what you're doing in order to perform abortions? Because I was like, there's no way. It seems to me that people that are performing abortions, they don't know how to do anything. But according to this, I said, are abortion doctors really doctors? And it says, yes, abortion doctors are doctors who are trained to provide abortion care. It feels like a Kamala Harris kind of answer, where word salad, it didn't really say anything. But it says that it's obstetricians and gynecologists, right? But now they're saying even primary care physicians, like somebody you would go to make sure that maybe you don't have diabetes or whatever, that now they're allowed to perform abortions. That feels weird to me. Maybe it says I'm not a doctor or a nurse or anything else, but it feels weird to me that certain doctors would be able to perform that kind of surgery, which I don't even know if it's called a surgery at that point, but it says abortion is considered an essential component of women's health care. I'm sure it is, but so are actual reproductive rights, making sure your uterus is healthy and good to go and you can reproduce or whatever else. But anyway, well, let's get back to where we were. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is Kamala Harris at the Houston, Texas rally, and the whole thing literally descended into chaos. And I want you guys to see exactly what happened. If I can get this audio to work. Here we go. The video is kind of trashy.
How you doing?
But here's Kamala. It's very bright. And there's that small rally down the street comment again. She just recycles the same word salad shit every single time she talks.
Chickoo, how are you, friend? Welcome.
They literally start booing her. This is where she kind of loses control. But all that noise, where's it coming from?
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Again, behind her, there's nothing.
My prayers, my friend.
Now there's a couple people yelling. And she's doing her hyena cackle laugh because she doesn't know what else to do while she's being booed at her own rally. And the reason she's being booed is because people are...
Now time for Lefties Losing It, and here is some great advice from Kamala Harris telling her supporters to be just like Jimmy Carter, go out and vote early, followed by mad cackling, naturally.
So look, if Jimmy Carter can vote early, you can.
That's what I want to do. I'm going to go down here, right? No. Hey, y'all watch that Joe Rogan, Donald Trump thing? Huh? Y'all watch that? And here's another one I got to quote. Oh, dang, I ain't even dragging it. Look at this, look at it. So, I think old Kamala, she might be a drunk, yeah? What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing? Brother say he's in the hospital. Thanks for the like in the chat. I really appreciate it. What? No. All right. got a bear in her hand, y'all. A bear in her hand. Let's see what she got to say.
Don't worry, Puerto Rico. The cavalry is coming. The Kamala cavalry. She'll get power restored to your island, and she'll definitely, for serials, deal with that crime and strengthen your economy because she loves you so much. You had the Madison Square Garden Donald Trump at a huge, bigly rally where the energons were off the charts. Tony Hinchcliffe made a...
Let's go back. Let's do a... let's do a little looky-see here. Right, and we did that earlier on there. Oh, yeah, there we go. We pulled it right on up here. No, I don't want it on Newsmax. That's that bullshit. Newsmax, my ass. I don't want it on MSNBC. I want... Go back up.
Former President Donald Trump sitting down with Joe Rogan in a wide-ranging talk, sharing reflections about the campaign season and his time in the Oval Office.
So what I want to get to is like, what was the experience once you got inside?
The biggest thing was just that first moment of being in this hallowed, it was really a hallowed place to me. It was surreal. It was beyond, to me, that was the experience. It was a surreal experience.
Sorry guys, I'm kind of looking for the full thing here to see if I can't find this. I don't want no damn clips. I want the full video. I was just watching it earlier. What the hell's the problem here? Literally, I was just watching the damn thing earlier. It should be on here. And it's looking like it's not. It's gonna be bullshitting. IDDK, what up, homie? Where you been at, homie? Man, this is that bull. See, this is what I'm talking about, yeah? Okay, now we're more on the right leaning. So, see if we can... No, see, you keep giving me bits and pieces of the bullshit, yeah? Oh, history. Maybe. We'll see. What's this? What is this, Wilbur? Come on. Hey, that's what I mean. Now everything freezes up. I need a better computer, dude. This schnizzles is bizzle zizzles. What we got? Shorts. Oh, schnizzles. Oh, schnizzle, snizzle, zizzle. Bizzle, 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 bizzles. And then drip. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Let's go.
Migrants that coming across the border illegally, they've moved them to swing states. Like, this is what's going on with Springfield, Ohio, right?
They're in swing states. Well, that's not a swing state. I'm going to win Ohio by a lot. So that's.
Look, this is how you interview a man like Trump, right? They got this book. It's called The 48 Laws of Power. First rule of the 48 Laws of Power is just to never outshine the master. He's a master, bro. No matter what. Look at what he's accomplished. Look at how far he's gotten. He's a master, bro. Kamala Harris is a beginner. She's salami, homie. Think about that. Trump is a master. Listen to that.
That's not swing. But it's called Springfield, Ohio, to be exact. And Springfield, Ohio is this very nice community of 52,000 people that just had 32,000 migrants that don't speak the language dropped in.
I wanted to play this, but we decided we shouldn't play it because it could get copyright strike, and we don't want to get the episode. We don't want anybody to have any sort of way to get it down.
Sure.
But it was the episode of you when you were on The View, and I think it was 2015 or 2006, like when you were running for president.
Right.
And you got introduced.
They absolutely loved him on The View, okay? If you go back and check out them early episodes, everybody loved Donald Trump until he ran for president. Until he ran for president. Once he ran for president, everybody hated him. And I mean hated him. You know, what do we do about that? Do we sit back and allow this to keep on happening in our country? Or do we take back control of it? You know what I'm saying? Is everybody getting out there and voting? I mean, that's the first question. You're getting out there and voting. If you're in the live with me, can you give me a like on the live, please? I really appreciate it. Your thumbs up helps. It helps us to get in the algorithm more. And please, IDDK, share this, baby. Get this out there. Tell people to share, bro. How you doing, man? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's that train. Yeah, that's the train. Get a little bit of distortion. Uh-huh. Yeah, man. Damn, I ain't getting no chat. Nothing. Yeah, okay. 100's in the chat, yeah. Some hearts from my peoples who all stopped by. Love y'all. Thank you for stopping by, whether you cruised in and cruised out or what. Really appreciate it. Sorry. Didn't have the patience to stick around. I understand. I pray that you find somewhere better that accepts you better. This just may not be meant for you. You know what I'm saying? We talk about different things here, anywhere from addiction all the way up to the politics of the day that's going on. Today we're talking about what's going on with the Joe Rogan Donald Trump podcast. Did y'all have a chance to check it out? I've checked it out bits and pieces so far. Let me tell y'all something, man. 34,969,227 views in 2 days. This podcast has broke the airwaves, man. It is 1.7 million views just here on YouTube. That is amazing. Amazing. And what I want to say is this, right? Kamala Harris had the same chance to do the same exact thing, and her people throw it out the window. I don't understand it, right? You had every chance to be right there. You just can't answer a goddamn question to save your life. You know what I mean? So, I mean, hey, look, it's just the way the ball rolls. You know, we can't keep sitting back allowing this. You know, listen, I was talking to my people the other day, and he was telling me about these dot workers, and he say, yo, if you talk to some of the people that we know, yo, you know, it's really scary at what the reason why some of them didn't want to go back down there and unload them trailers, man. You know, when you hear kids beating on the sides of the walls and the insides of the trailers, allegedly, let me just say allegedly, okay? This is what I was told, all right, that there's people beating on the sides of the walls of the containers. That is scary to think about. Very, very scary to think about. I'm not getting none in the chat no more. What the hell is up? I just wanted to make sure that the chat was still working. Damn, ain't nobody said nothing. Like, fuck you, get whatever, and whatever. Let's play a little bit of this here. See what anybody think about this here. Here we go.
Just as our friend Donald Trump.
That's right.
Whoopi Goldberg gives you a big hug and a kiss. Joy Behar gives you a big hug. Barbara Walters gives you a big hug. They all loved you. They were all talking about how you're you might be conservative in your financial positions, but you're very liberal socially. They were talking about you as such a favorable light. The audience was cheering, and then you actually started winning in the polls, and then the machine started working towards you.
Yeah.
But there's probably no one in history that I've ever seen that's been attacked the way you've been attacked. And the way they've done it, so coordinated and systematically. When you see those same people in the past, very favorable to you, like Oprah, when you were on Oprah's show,
very.
She was encouraging you.
Last week I did one of her last shows, I think maybe Thursday or Friday. There was a big deal being on Oprah's show, the last one. And I was like one of the last shows in that final week. And I said, boy, we've come a long way since that.
What was it like?
Well, the concept, it was really like two different lives. You know, I had a very wonderful life, but I wanted to do this. The Apprentice was still going very strong. We had 12 seasons, and we had actually 14 seasons, 12 years over. They had a couple.
Well, they canceled The Apprentice when you were running for president, correct?
No, they had Arnold Schwarzenegger do it. I was involved in that, and I had enough of it, and we did great. It was doing great, but they wanted me to stay. They all came to see me. They said, we're going to give you a contract. They wanted to extend my contract. Mark Burnett is a great guy. Then they wanted to extend the contract. Mark said, you're crazy. Don't run. No. Nobody gives up prime time, they said. You know, it's one of those little things, which is probably true.
Nobody gives up prime time, though, for being president?
For running against 20 some odd people, you know, it turned out to be 18 professional people, you know, mostly politicians. They said, who would do this? I mean, it's a long shot. Actually, the heads of NBC came over, Paul Telegny, all the top people came over to see me, try and talk me out of it, because they wanted to have me extend. The Apprentice was doing well. So it was 14 seasons, it was 12 years. We had 2 seasons where we had a double, which rarely happens. It was just a hot show. And I said, you know, I want to do this. What happened is, previously, like 3 years, 4.
Now, you see what I'm talking about, y'all? You see how, I'm sorry, I'm cooking dinner. I had to use the bathroom real quick. I really do apologize for that. But do you see what I'm talking about? They all loved him in the beginning. In the beginning, he was Donald Trump, the Apprentice star. He wasn't Donald Trump, the president yet. And see, that's another thing that you got to think about. If you listen to what he talks about, how politicians are vetted for years. I mean, especially before they're decided on the presidency. Look how much most presidents were older than hell. You know what I mean? Like they probably shouldn't even be president. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't because they're older, you know. But come on, if an old person can't even drive right, what makes you think the president can think right? And this is the man with the nuclear weapons. You know what I'm saying? Now, thankfully, everybody that we've had so far, except for Joe goddamn Biden, has pretty much been trustworthy with the nuclear weapons. Right? But we're dealing with a man that was never vetted. He's not a politician. He knows what it's like to be in our position. He knows what it's like to be hurting. Maybe not hurting. But he knows what it's like because he sees us. He talks to us. He's helped us, bro. Poor people, he's helped them get in positions of business to where they're not hurting no more. This is insane, bro. This isn't something that should even be a contest. This is hands down, she lost, bro. She doesn't have what it takes to be our president. And you're crazy if you think she does. That's all I want to say about that.
4 years before that, they did a poll, they had Mitt Romney, and somehow they put me in a poll, and I blew everybody away. I blew him away, which isn't that hard, frankly, but I blew everybody away, and I said, that's interesting, because I never really gave it that much real thought. I thought about it, but never real thought, but I saw these polls were very good. And so I was thinking about doing it then, but I had a contract with The Apprentice, plus I was building 2 big buildings at the time, and I wanted to make sure they got finished up properly, and it was one of those things. The kids were just sort of getting involved. They're very capable kids, but they were getting involved early on. So I did that. I got them done. I had some very good successes, and I came on, and then I thought about it for the next one after the Romney disaster, and I ran and I won against Hillary. It was quite an experience, but it was a different life because you're right, The View. I was on The View many, many times, and they loved me.
Just the way people would talk. I mean, even if people had criticisms about you, people that didn't like you, there was always feuds and stuff like that. But the reality was, the thing turned on you when they found out that you were going to be president. It was very coordinated, and some people are catching on to that now. There's a lot of people that were longtime Democrats like Elon and Bill Ackman and all these different, very intelligent people.
And they support me now. Bill Ackman supports me. He's very supportive too.
This is what I wanted to ask you. What was it like when you actually got in? Because nobody really can prepare you for that. When you're running for president, you don't really know what it's going to be like when you actually get into office. What did you think it was going to be like?
In office or when I decided to run?
No, when you got in.
When I was in. So when I was in and won and was in the White House, essentially. Yes. Well, first of all, it was very surreal.
Oh,
you know, it's very interesting. When I got shot, it wasn't surreal. That should have been surreal. When I was laying on the ground, I knew exactly what was going on. I knew exactly where I was hit. They were saying you were hit all over the place because there was so much blood from the ear. You would know that better than anyone. When they get the ear torn up,
ears bleed a lot. Yeah,
bleed. Anyway, so and I was thinking the other day, when that happened, I really knew where I was. I knew exactly what happened. I said I wasn't hit anywhere. With the presidency, it was a very surreal experience. Okay.
And what's day one like? You win.
Yeah.
Now do you hear that, right? The man say when he got shot, he fell to the ground. He knew exactly where he was. No question asked. He knew exactly where he was. Everything was surreal now. It's just everything coming into picture now. People were starting to jump on top of him. Oh, sir, where are you bleeding from? They're feeling everywhere. I'm only hitting my ear. He was conscious. He was thinking. He was in motion. But they tell you that he's not competent enough to be president. because Joe Biden wasn't competent enough. They deflect is what they do. Whenever they say there's something wrong on the Republican side, check that Democrat side, because you just might find it right there. Because that's what they do. They blame others for their shit. And the best part is people are starting to realize it. Like Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan was more left. Joe Rogan was more left. He was like, I'm still registered as a Democrat, but I am voting Republican. I'm telling you that right now. It's not happening. You're not getting my vote again, ever again. Ever again. Sorry. You got to earn that. And you the way you're going right now with people like AOC and the Muslim girl and all that stuff sitting over there, no sir, it ain't happening. You ain't getting my vote again. Get rid of AOC, get rid of all them. Chuck Schumer, you gotta go too, bro. You gotta go. Jamie Raskins, you gotta go. Just remember, y'all are voting this week for presidency come like next week or whatever. Yo, if you're in the state of Maryland, you gotta vote Jamie Raskins out. You must vote Jamie Raskins out of office. Jamie Raskins has to go. Vote Jamie Raskins out, bro. Oh, damn it. I meant to put this away. Hold on a second, guys. I gotta put this earbud away. Alright, that's better. Forgot all about that. So yeah, man, like, you gotta vote Jamie Raskins out, bro. Like, Jamie Raskins is a threat to it all. I mean, come on, he wants to almost cause an insurrection on election day. When Donald Trump takes office, he's trying to call this 14th Amendment thing up, and it doesn't even apply to him. Donald Trump was never charged with insurrection. How can you charge him as an insurrectionist when he was never charged with insurrection? Why do you guys keep talking to us like we're stupid enough to listen to what you say? Vote Jamie Raskins out. Come on now. We ain't gonna start that, are we? Oh, that's a helicopter above. That's what that is. You hear that? Yep. He's right overhead right now. It's a helicopter. There we go. Yeah, man, so, you know, like, listen. Give me a thumbs in the chat if you're still here. In the chat. Give me a Y in the chat if you're still here. That's me. I'm still here. Who else is in here? Anybody else in here? Talk to me. Huh? What's happening? Adkins Fabrication and some responsible media. Joe Rogan, Donald Trump review.
Yeah.
You get inaugurated,
So-
holy shit, I'm the president.
Yeah, that's what happened. So I'm driving down Pennsylvania Avenue. I just built a building on Pennsylvania, the hotel, the old post office it was. We called it Trump National Hotel. And we sold it to the Waldorf
Yo, what's
Astoria.
going on with
And it
my
was a
stuff,
wonderful
yo?
thing, but I'm driving down, I'm passing the hotel.
Why it's not
You've never
working,
seen so
bro?
many motorcycles, police, military. You know, it was a major thing. I got off really the first time I used Air Force One, landed, and we're coming down, and it was very beautiful. I mean, it was incredible. And we're going down Pennsylvania Avenue in the opposite direction. You know, normally you're used to going one way, and all of a sudden you're going the other way. The street was loaded up, and I wanted to go out, and I wanted to wave to everybody, but that wasn't smart. You know, that gets a little bit dangerous, right? I mean, when you watch like Kennedy and some
Yeah.
others, right? But I really felt, I don't know, the love was so crazy. And so I did get out of the car for a brief, just for a very short walk. I thought it was very important to do. And Melania got out with a beautiful dress on that became sort of a staple. It was, people loved it. And Barron, and we're walking down the street. But where it really got amazing, we get to the White House, and now it's a little bit before dark, beautiful. And we went up to the president's quarters. They call them the presidential quarters. And I'm standing in this beautiful hallway. It's funny, nobody ever talks about the White House as being beautiful inside. You think it's going to be, everything's going to be all metal doors and stuff. It's not. It's so beautiful. I made my money largely on luxury. The hallway is like 25 feet wide. The ceiling heights are, it's so beautiful. But I was standing there, and I said to the guys, I want to see the Lincoln bedroom. I had never seen the Lincoln bedroom. I'd heard about the Lincoln bedroom. And I was standing with my wife. I said, do you believe it? This is the Lincoln bedroom. I mean, it was like, it was amazing. Because look, if you love the country, but here you are, the Lincoln bedroom. And the bed, he was very tall. He was 6'6", which then would be like Barron.
Right.
It would be like Barron Trump. He's 6'9", but 6'6". He was very tall. Then on top of that,
There it is.
he wore that. Yeah, there it is. It's a long bed, elongated bed. And because people were shorter than you see, some of the chairs are very, very low to the ground, actually. But he had a long bed, and they had, you had the Gettysburg Address right on that, right under that. You can't see it here, but right there, the original version of the Gettysburg.
God, man. This is the crap I'm talking about, bro. Right here. Something's going on in my chat, yo. No over Facebook. Close that shit. Awesome. Lord have mercy. Oh my Lord. Yo, this is a bullshit podcast. YouTube is really pissing me off right now. They're really starting to screw with me, dude. What is the problem with people being on here? It gets back to two people. Who are the fake ass two people that are on here? Is it real or is it a bot? Or is it YouTube itself? Look, two people get a thumbs up. Damn. Can't send it to none of them no more. Alright then. Fuck yeah. Stay out of my podcast then. I don't need y'all in my shit. Alright, here we go. Back at it, y'all. Back at it. What up, what up, what up? Adkins Fabrication, Responsible Media. How y'all doing, man? Love y'all to death, you know. Been on here 35 minutes, and I got 0 people in the goddamn room. It gets kind of lonely in here sometimes. So let's hear what's going on today with this Jake Tapper shit. JD Vance supposedly wipes the mat with his ass. Huh? Let's see what's going on here.
The words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that you guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it. So we covered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally and preposterously false.
No.
Yes. Yes. Jake Tapper, yes.
JD Vance, of course, as you know, loves to do the Sunday morning interview shows, although I got to think they're going to stop inviting him on because he annihilates them.
Okay, so let me stop this real quick and just say thank you, Larry. Town Hall Larry. That's he's one of my media sources, and let me just say, Larry don't spread falsehoods. All right, so if you listen to what Mr. Larry says, Mr. Larry gets it in. He's up on point what goes on in everyday media. He's a serious podcaster. He's a serious journalist. Now, what he's getting ready to let us see here is how JD Vance destroys Jake Tapper, and Jake Tapper just throws a fit. So let's see what they got to say for a little bit, and then we'll talk about it a little bit.
Destroys them. In fact, we hear that a lot. You know, JD Vance destroyed this person. Ben Shapiro destroys this person. Michael Knowles destroyed. Now Larry O'Connor destroyed. This was an actual destruction. Jake Tapper was destroyed by JD Vance. And the tipping point for me in this interview, when he did State of the Union on CNN this Sunday morning, had to do with the ferocious, aggressive attitude Jake Tapper brought to this interview, starting to push the typical conspiracy theories that Jake loves to do. And finally, for the first time in like 8 years, JD Vance
Let me see if I can do something real quick. I just might be able to. Well, hey, looky there, looky there. We got something going on here, guys. I'm up on that damn TV. You heard me? Yeah. Oh, no, don't go nowhere. All right, so let's... we move you?
You guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it. So we covered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally and preposterously false.
No.
JD Vance, of course, as you know, loves to do the Sunday morning interview shows, although I got to think they're going to stop inviting him on because he annihilates them, destroys them. In fact, we hear that a lot. You know, oh, JD Vance destroyed this person. Ben Shapiro destroys this person. Michael Knowles destroyed. Larry O'Connor destroyed. This was an actual destruction. Jake Tapper was destroyed by JD Vance. And the tipping point for me in this interview, when he did State of the Union on CNN this Sunday morning, had to do with the ferocious, aggressive attitude Jake Tapper brought to this interview, starting to push the typical conspiracy theories that Jake loves to do. And finally, for the first time in like 8 years, JD Vance pushed back and exposed Jake Tapper, this guy who loves to try to set himself up as, oh, I'm not partisan. I'm completely unbiased. I'm tough on both sides, and I don't have any skin. This facade that he puts up, this costume that he wears, like Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible, he rips off the mask. This guy was the tip of the spear, the cheerleader for the Russian collusion hoax. He's the guy who brought that story, the Steele dossier, and the prostitutes urinating on a bed in Moscow. That whole thing. Knowing that the entire Steele dossier had not been verified, he brought that into the mainstream of the media. He brought it onto CNN 10 days before the election, all through anonymous sourcing. And JD Vance finally, for the first time after 8 years, called his ass out on it.
Ask yourself a basic question about network integrity. You guys talked about the Russia hoax nonstop.
The FBI was investigating it. The FBI was investigating it. So we covered them.
And so you took the words of unnamed FBI agents and put them on your network as if they were the gospel truth. You did it again and again. A viewer of your network would have believed that Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin conspired in 2016.
No.
That was totally and preposterously false.
No.
Well, that's
What you just said is false. We covered an FBI investigation. I don't know why you want to talk about the FBI investigation.
You covered it in a way that gave credence to anonymous sources' accusations. You did it yourself. Your network did it, Jake.
That's
but
right.
Again, can we talk about the issues that Americans?
I'm talking about things that Donald Trump has said.
Yes.
If you have an issue with whether or not he's talking about the economy enough, that's between you and your running mate. I'm talking about things he has said this week.
Every single rally that he does, he talks about how he wants to unleash American energy so we can lower the cost of groceries. He talks about the fact that housing has become unaffordable. He talks about the wide open border, Jake. Kamala Harris and her allies, you know, it's interesting. Kamala Harris and her media allies, and I would put CNN in this category. You guys seem I'll tell you that they would. Well, they should watch your network more because you guys seem to care more about Donald Trump's past than the future of the American people. We're running this campaign on making the American dream.
I'm specifically asking about how Donald Trump is going to be president in the future should he win, and we're being told
He's going to pursue economic policies that lower the cost of groceries and make life more affordable again. He talks about it every single day on the campaign trail, and so do I. What you're talking about is an anonymously sourced story, or one guy,
anonymously sourced,
or who one guy who is a disgruntled employee.
I told you.
Raise, and you're going to see more of it because this is just the tip of the iceberg as this conversation goes on. And you can see that Jake Tapper is not interested in interviewing JD Vance. He's interested in debating
That's
JD
right.
Vance. He's